New tonight, Tallahassee police ending their investigation into the city of Tallahassee over alleged fraud in a housing project. The allegations centered around their lead paint abatement program, which included work at apartments on Holton Street. Tallahassee commissioners flagged issues with the project, like only getting and approving a single bidder for the work. A recent audit by the federal government also argues that contractors overcharged for work, and it's asking the city to pay back $1 million in grant money. Heated exchanges between city commissioners over the ethics of the project led to Tallahassee police investigating, but they did not find any evidence of fraud. The city has also submitted a notice of its plans to appeal the audit findings, arguing contractors they hired and prices they charged were fair.